with all the things going on in the gaming world right now, a lot of people now are hanging their hat on a college football game, which is a really good game. I mean, I don't knock them, but this entire generation has been somewhat of a letdown to a lot of people. One thing I will say that's been thriving like crazy, especially in the last few, maybe 3 to 6 months, was fighting games. Fighting games have been absolutely phenomenal. Mortal Kombat 1 may be the one that's kind of slightly off a little bit, but even that community is having fun with their game for the most part. Now, what I will say, I've been watching Evo this weekend, and I'm gonna tell you with the announcements, the games that are coming out, and all the things that have been happening leading up to Evo, fighting games are in the best space it's been since the 90s. I remember back when Street Fighter came out, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, you had these other games that was out there, and it was actually pretty cool. But now I haven't seen this type of resurgence in fighting games since then. Now you had all the dark ages, Street Fighter 4 kind of resurrected things, but anything between, Street Fighter 3 and, like up until Street Fighter 4, there was like a big gap where it was pretty bad. And things didn't help itself even after Street Fighter 4, when you had the Street Fighter Cross Tekken situation, and you had all these other games that just wasn't living up. KOF 13 came out and was pretty good, but let's not talk about KOF 12. I mean, my God. But overall, I can go back and forth through the history. Right now, fighting games are looking great. And as far as Evo goes, Evo has had some phenomenal announcements. You already know prior to Evo, you had the Marvel vs. Capcom collection supposed to be coming out. That's pretty cool. And you also have now SVC Chaos that was released. So all the speculation that you had when it came to is Capcom versus SNK, is that collection's coming out. I'm gonna tell you, with the Chaos game returning, being re-released, you can bet your bottom dollar that that collection's coming out next after the Marvel series. Now, with that being said, all these other things, Street Fighter 6 with Terry and Mai is coming into the fold, being on a Street Fighter game. You saw what's going on with Tekken 8 right now. Tekken 8 is actually, doing pretty well itself. And Hayashi Mishima, I think I said that right. Hayashi Mishima is coming back, and he was supposed to be dead over and over again. But he's back. So there's a lot of hype around Tekken 8 again. Mature and Vice from KOF, they're going to be back in KOF 15, which Mature to me was a very underrated character. Not many people talked about Mature enough. I like Mature, and it's pretty dope that she's coming back. Guilty Gear Strive is about to come out with another season pass. You have all these other things that's going on with, even with Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, they got, they add Kevin Ryan to the roster. And City of the Wolves is a game that everybody is, looking forward to, even myself, because I'm a big fan of Garo Mark of the Wolves that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, around that time. And I am very, very, so much ready for this game and to come out. So it is so much going on, and it's just been one of the best situations that have been put together with the fighting game community since the early 90s. And it's just a great thing, because the college football game, don't get me wrong, I love it. A lot of people know my content because of the football stuff, but to be honest with you guys, I am a fighting game guy first, and that's one of the things that I've been on since like forever. I haven't revolved around my content around fighting games, because I'm a little bit more passionate about football, the sport in general. And it's just been a dire need that football gaming had to be in the correct space. So a lot of my content prior to what I'm doing now was based on football gaming, but I kind of took a back seat to that, because like, it's not that I've given up. It's just like, as you get older, kind of like don't care anymore. And what I've been doing is going back and play these old fighting games. Like, I'll tell you right now, like on my desk right here, I have one of my arcade sticks right here that I have, and I've just been playing, fighting games. I've been buying games on Steam, which while Evo is going on, a lot of games have been on sale for Steam as well. So I bought a few add-ons, some DLC to go along with my PC, and I bought some for my PlayStation 5 as well, just to have a complete edition of games. Like I completed the season pass for Street Fighter 5, and I bought, the Bison in the season 2 pass for Street Fighter 6. And there's other games that are actually been on sale just through Steam, and I think it could be on PS or PlayStation as well, that I just been going and just picking up some stuff that I just haven't picked up, and just actually having the ability to play. Like, I already have the physical copies of the Capcom Fighting Collection and the Street Fighter Collection. Well, that collection's on Steam right now for like $9. So I bought those as well, just to have my PC like double dipping on a lot of this stuff. Because for me, I always felt that, fighting games, I have no problem double dipping as long as the game is good. Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, which I bought the Ultimate Edition on here as well, even though I have a physical copy of that on my PlayStation. I have a lot of this stuff where, to the point where I am so enthusiastic about it, I don't mind if I jump over here and play it on the PC, or I jump over there and play it on my PlayStation. And it's a really good feeling at the end of the day, because you want to have a genre that you love. Like, I love the fighting games, I love the racing games, and I love shoot 'em ups, and I love sports titles. And I do get into the action adventure games every now and then as well. But I just feel like, look, there is no greater feeling when your favorite games are thriving and doing great. I've been in that situation where the football game community just couldn't catch a break. And now they're starting to catch that, that they're starting to have a little bit of relief with the new college football 25. I've been there with the fighting games, after like, Street Fighter 3, and then, you didn't have anything pretty much to play between like 05, no, pretty much between 1 and like 05. I mean, we were like hanging our hats on Tekken 4 at one point. Tekken 5 came in and kind of saved the day for a little bit. And then, King of Fighters and SNK and Playmore was pretty much going through their motions, and Street Fighter was nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden, 2008 comes around, and then you see Street Fighter 4 comes back, and then it's like a rebirth. And now from 2008 up until 2024, all of these games are starting to be re-released. All of these games are starting to get the love and care that they need. All of these games are playing at a high level, where you can have a situation where Evo comes, and when Evo is put together, you see crowds of people who have the passion, the love, and the admiration for fighting games all come to one. And you see the celebration of people like Justin Wong and Daigo, and then you see guys like Maximilian actually being at Evo because it's so much hype. You see Jim Croft actually being at these events because it's so hyped up. Even the guys from Yo Video Games. I'm sitting here looking at, Evo, and I'm watching all of these players come in and have their own little personalities along the, as well as playing these games. It's a beautiful thing, man, and I am extremely excited. All the things I talk about when it comes to games or whatever, this is one of the positive lights that I've seen in the last few weeks, last few months. Fighting games have done, has done very well within all this time, and it's a beautiful thing. I love every bit of it. I'm so thankful I'm a part of it, just by playing the games and sitting here and having fun and enjoying myself. And I'll finish by saying this. Even though the 3D fighting space is really not being represented, because there's only Tekken 8 out there, even though it's not being represented properly like I think it should, because you still have the Dead or Alives of the world, you still have the Soul Calibers of the world, you still have Virtual Fighter, you got a couple of other ones that are out there too. It would be nice to have those guys around, but even though they're not around, the fighting game space is still in a very good spot, and I enjoy every bit of it. So let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about the fighting game genre? Do you feel like it's, still falling off? Do you think it's in a very good space? Do you think it could be better? I think it's in the best space it's been since the 90s, and I'm loving every bit of it. I've been playing nothing but fighting games, playing a couple of shoot 'em ups as well, but I've been playing fighting games all week while I've been watching Evo. It's just been a phenomenal week, a phenomenal weekend, just to be sitting here and watching all this unfold. It's just a beautiful thing. It just makes you feel so awesome to be a gamer, man. I love it. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.